Okay, so peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the earth, and everyone who's going to listen to this video in playback. I'm going to try not to make it too long. So I'm here because I feel the warfare that's happening in the ethers. I feel, a lot of people's confusion, anxiety, pain, fear, all of these things that are convoluted right now in the atmosphere. I'm grateful at this moment that in my center, there is peace at all times. And this is something that is new, is newly acquired because I've learned to hold my center, like Michael has been teaching me to do for years. I think I finally mastered it because there have been a lot of things that, have been going on again in the spirit realm that then manifest in the physical realm. And I feel the shaking and the imbalances, and I feel all of that. I'm aware of it. I'm observing it, and it has affected me on some levels, but not for long, because I've always been able to return to my center, and I know how to withdraw from something that is disturbing my peace or taking me and putting me off balance. So this is a skill that I've mastered along the way on my path. So, I've been talking to, of course, you guys know I talk to a lot of people. And so I do know, like I said, that the warfare is um, it's heightened at this point, and it's due to the fact that we are getting ready to shift. And so, of course, the biggest challenges come at the end. And so the title of this video is The Last Supper. And it's because, that's just the vibe that I'm feeling. It was the scripture that was downloaded when I, just tapped into the energy in the spirit realm. This is what it feels like. And for me personally, the spiritual warfare that is going on, not saying that I am immune to it. I do know that it's going on. I am aware of my own personal battles that are going on. It all correlates with the dream that I had about that final battle before the great fire and before we actually ascended into a new earth. So I want to recount a little part of that dream, just to give context to what's going to come out. Um, so basically, at the end of the dream, uh, I hope people remember this dream. I'm so sick of telling it, and I don't want to have to tell the whole dream. So basically, at the end of the dream, we were in a house that was surrounded by this time by zombies, which were people who had been possessed in some sort of subliminal way. They didn't realize that they were possessed, but they were possessed nonetheless, and they were zombies. And there was, a handful of people inside of the house, and two children in the house. And the house was surrounded by zombies, and they were trying to get in. And we were told, intuitively in our hearts, by the Most High, that we had to go out and fight these people. And we were also, given the assurance that we would win the war. So we were not afraid. And, I fell asleep. I woke up. I'm sorry. I woke up just as we were getting ready to go out and fight the people, these demons or these zombies or whatever you want to call it. So basically, I'm correlating that with what's happening because I had this dream, 20 something years ago, and I knew it was foretelling of a future time, and that time is now. And I had actually given that dream a name, and I called it the time of change. So we're in the time of change right now. And I called it the time of change because of the butterflies that I saw in the beginning of the dream. And it was just symbolizing the fact that there was going to be a lot of people that um, would be going through a spiritual transformation, you know, um, and going basically spiritually ascending and becoming something different, going through a lot of changes. And during this time, there was also this war that was being prepared. Again, the beginning of the dream was the symbolism of the butterflies, and that I knew that this meant that a lot of people were going to be transforming. But then I went to another scene where I was at work, and it was at work where the people were actually being possessed and being turned to zombies. And again, by the end of the dream, me and a handful of my coworkers um, had gone to a house where we were discussing how we had figured out how the people were getting possessed. And, while we were discussing this, the house had become surrounded by the people. Now, I knew that it represented basically the whole world. And so it was the whole world that had been, possessed in some sort of subliminal way. And, it was like this zombie apocalypse that, a lot of people in the spiritual community um, talk about and keep prophesying, because it is something that I'm sure that, I'm not the only one who has been given this vision and this dream, this prophetic dream about. And so basically, in the dream, right before the zombies had surrounded the house, there were two little boys in the house with us. And the two little boys had started to say these Latin words that my boss had been using to possess the people with. These were Latin words that were being said in this devilish undertone that I could hear in his voice as he was briefing them on some information about the company that we worked for. So what they were hearing was the information about the company, but I was hearing that, and I was also hearing the other voice, which was a devilish undertone that was speaking at the same time, inserting subliminal messages into these people's minds without them knowing it. Now, I'm assuming it's because I am clairaudient in real life. Maybe that was the reason why I was the only one who could hear this other voice in the dream. Because they couldn't hear it. They thought that they had gone into the office and gotten a briefing about the company, and they didn't question it. And when they came out of the office, they were possessed. I could see a demon in them. I could hear two voices when they spoke. Peace to the person that just joined in the chat. So yes, I already started because I know that it's being recorded, and I don't really want to be here too long, and I want to just just give the downloads as they're coming. And I wanted to talk about, the Last Supper. I titled this The Last Supper because, um, what's happening with a lot of the chosen people at this time. Because the chosen ones, we have a lot of people calling themselves, the chosen ones, because everything's a fad. And of course, the chosen vessels of the most low, they have absolutely no creativity or originality of their own. So, of course, when God's people begin to do something, then you have a million copies. And so, you have to really be discerning, and know how to test the spirit when it comes to things like this. But basically, um, what a lot of chosen people are going through right now, this being the height of the spiritual warfare that is happening, is, a lot of people are feeling, the anxiety. I've talked to a lot of people even earlier today on Bigo and things like that. And, a lot of people are in their dark night of the soul, or things seem to be falling apart in their lives. A lot of people that I've talked to have lost their jobs, relationships are, in turmoil or ending. And, just a little bit of everything that's happening when, a structure begins to break down, when towers begin to fall, then of course, there's going to be casualties, and things in the rubble. And so, what's happening is that the old world is breaking down and the new world is being reconfigured, under our feet and as we speak. And, it may look like chaos, but out of chaos will come order. And so, the Last Supper, again, is the title of the video, because of a lot of the chosen ones who are fighting this spiritual warfare, being very present in the 3D to do whatever it is that your mission is here, and also in the ethers where you're, on the front lines fighting a very intense spiritual battle that a lot of people are not even aware of. Okay, so but those of you who are very spiritually sensitive, it is impossible that you are not feeling this. So, for those of you who are tapped in, and those of you who are being, are feeling unsettled because, things are being shaken up at this time. It is a changing of the guards, it is a changing of worlds, a shifting into a new reality. And so it's, there's some turbulence along the way. But one of the things that I wanted to, to, I don't like to use the word warn. Let me say prepare a lot of the chosen people for, as far as in this warfare. And let me also reassure you, as I'm going to always continue to reassure you, that we do win this battle. Okay, because I've seen the end in the beginning, and we were assured going in that we win the war. So don't you dare give up. Okay. And I want you to understand something going forward. The reason why, I have the whole time been, stressing the the necessity of cultivating that very personal relationship with your indwelling spirit, because there's going to come a time, a point on the path, regardless of, who you think is with you on this path. You can get to the very end where the battle becomes the most intense, and this is where you will find yourself fighting alone. And so this is why I titled this The Last Supper, because I'm really feeling, in the ethers, and with everything that I've been listening to and everything that I'm experiencing as well. It's just very reminiscent of that vibration, because, God's people walk the path that God walked. Okay, when God was in the flesh, whether you think it was Jesus, Elijah, whatever name that you want to call it. I'm so sick of the word games. The Great Spirit, the Most High, is called by many names. I'm sick of the things that people focus on instead of focusing on the light and the truth of who and what the Most High really is, and where the Most High really is. I'm just kind of over it. And so, forgive me, you know, for, my emotions being involved in this. Because, it's a very intense battle that's going on in the spirit realm, and there's a lot of energies, being shifted, and, those who are sensitive are being affected. And so this is why I'm here, just to encourage you to keep going. And that, again, to remind you that we do win this. So the Last Supper is really about, you know, God's people walking that same path. And so you may be feeling, the whole time that we've been walking this path, we've been cleansing and purging and releasing things and purifying ourselves to be fit for the new earth. And so there's, a lot of us have felt that we have, done all the cleansing and purging, that we could do on our end. And you are correct about that. You've done all the work that you could do in your physicalness. And I've, in these last few transmissions, I have been advising you to allow spirits to take the wheel and to accept that what is happening is being orchestrated by spirit. It's a relationship that requires, 100% trust in your own indwelling spirit, recognizing that to be God. And trusting that above all else. Trusting that above anything that's coming from outside of you. This is not the time to be unsure of yourself. This is not the time to be doubting your intuition. Those of you who know the truth by the way that it feels, those of you who are not persuaded by people's words, flattery and shit covered in sugar. You're not fooled by the sugar. You know what I'm saying? You are the target in this war. So those of you who are feeling the most intense shifts in your energy, it's because you are the ones on the front line in this battle. You are the target in this war because you are a part of the New Earth Initiative. You are the chosen, the true chosen vessels of God. This is the same path that anyone who has been a vessel for this energy of love that we call God has walked, because this world does not accept or recognize you. This world has created its own version of love, its own version of power, and its own version of the kingdom. And none of it is real. So those who have eyes that see and ears that hear, I hope you have heard the trumpets. And I hope you hear the angels that are your entourage as we take this exodus into the next realm of experience. Because most likely, these are going to be your only companions on the rest of your road. So at the Last Supper in the Bible, Angela, thank you for joining. It's good to see you. It has been a while. You know how I move in and out of time. I don't believe in time. I don't honor that. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's real to me. So yes, um, I'm sure a lot of time has passed. But I do believe in divine timing. And so peace, love, life, and healing to the three people in the chat. Um, so I was talking about the Last Supper in the Bible. Okay, because at the Last Supper, Jesus knew ahead of time, because he was just like us and we're just like him. Okay, that, the Most High always shows his people ahead of time what is getting ready to happen. So Jesus knew that when the attacks really come, as they are coming right now towards the people of God, that those disciples, those people that are, that have come, down this road with you thus far, you know, your family, your friends, your lovers, he knew that when the pressure comes, when the attacks come, that these people were not going to be there. He knew that they were going to fold. He knew that Judas was going to betray him, and he knew that Peter was going to deny even being associated with him 3 times before the end of the day. He knew it ahead of time, just as you know ahead of time that some of the people that you trust in and you breaking bread with and you are defending in their absence, that they're not going to return that same energy to you. They just aren't built the same. So when the pressure comes, when the attacks come, because see, the chosen ones are always under attack. You are in this world, but you are not of this world. So if you belonged to this world, then the world would love you. But since you don't belong to this world, and this world didn't love the one who created you and sent you, then you should know ahead of time that the world is not going to love you. So the chosen ones, your life has not been spent trying to please the world or please people. Your ultimate goal is always to please the Most High. What does this look like? This looks like pleasing yourself. This looks like loving yourself, because this is where the Most High is living within you. So as you walk through this world being a very bright light that is unlike any of the other people that are here, don't expect them to accept or like you. You have been warned ahead of time that the world is not going to like you. They're not going to accept you. They're not going to believe you. Now, there will be those who will love being in your energy because it is one of pure love. It's the raw, uncut truth. So they love the energy, but because of their nature, they just want to take it for themselves. They don't want you to have the energy, but since they can't take it from you, they join you under your umbrella of divinity, and they walk with you for a while down your path. But when they see that whole army coming against you because of who you are and what you represent, and when they start feeling the pressure of some of these attacks now, they feel that, why should I be getting attacked for being associated with you? Now, when you tell Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times before the end of the night because the army is on its way. See, I know this intuitively because I knew I had the dream a long time ago that when I shook the demon out of the little boy, that that all the other demons were coming to attack. They were coming for me. I shook the demon out of the little boy. And so now all the demons are coming for me. And all my coworkers that was in the house with me, I don't see them anywhere. These coworkers that say, I love you. You're great. You're so great at what you do. I love what you do. I support you. We together in this. But then those darts started flying and those bullets started flying. You know what I'm saying? The zombies started to rush in, thirsting for that divine blood. And Judas already knew what time it was. He never had any intentions of being who he said he was and keeping his word. But Peter, oh no, I love you. I would die with you. I would die for you. Don't believe the hype, my people. When the darts begin to fly and the attacks come, some of your army is going to dissociate themselves from you because they don't want to get hurt. So just prepare yourselves for that. The only reason why the people who walked the path that you are walking left their stories behind was to encourage you and to prepare you for what you were going to be dealing with. So if the stories that are in, the Bible, in a lot of the religious texts, it's not just the Bible, but the Bible is the most, the most shared one, I will say, because a lot of the deeper truth is hidden, has been hidden quite by design. And so that's the only reason why I refer to the Bible, which I know is a collection of writings that came from greater writings, hence the word scripture. Regardless of where it came from, it's about, is it relevant to your life in the present, and how can I apply it, and how can this help me in my journey, in my walk? So understanding these stories that the people that walk the paths before you, it helps you to understand why you're going through what you're going through, but why what's happening is happening. It helps you understand that because they overcame it and they overcame the world, so too can you. This is the reason why these stories have been left behind. This is the reason why the writings are on the wall. This is the reason for the hieroglyphs. This is the reason for the teacher that is speaking to you in this moment. I want you to understand that all of these people have been the cornerstone that the builders rejected. There has been no teacher that was actually sent from the Most High that was actually listened to and honored or revered in their own time. It was only after the people had destroyed them and crucified them that then they saw their words come to pass and understood now who they are in hindsight. But as they were walking the earth in real time, they were being rejected everywhere they went, even by the people that claimed to love and support them. When the darts began to fly, these people folded and said, why should I be getting attacked for being associated with you? It's not fair that I'm getting attacked because, I'm being associated with you. So so when you feel that, what I'm saying, that you're under this attack and you feel alone, just understand that you're not the only one under attack. For one, the divine collective is a collective consciousness. And so you have an entourage of angels around you. I hope that you can hear them, and I hope that you can hear the trumpets, and I hope that you are not listening to the lies that the devil is whispering in the ears of the people around you, because he can't get to you. So he's going to use the people closest to you, and you're going to hear his voice coming out of their mouth. This is what I'm hearing. Right now, I'm hearing the devil trying to use the people that say they love me to tell me to shut up, to hide yourself, to sweep yourself under a rug, to gently disassociate yourself from me because I'm getting attacked because of you. Gently. Why should I be getting attacked because of you? But I love you, though. You're great, though. You're amazing. You're wonderful. I love, you're good at what you do. I know that you help people. I know you love God. I know you got a personal relationship with God that these people don't even have. And yet I need you to, just kind of be quiet a little bit though, because it's bringing too much pressure on me. So for the chosen people who understand that this is the path that you must walk, continue to walk. You're not going to fall. Okay? You're not going to fall. Others will fall. Others will fold. Because many were called, but few were chosen. So it's only going to be a few, because when I was on that ship, it looked like the whole world was on fire. You know what I'm saying? It was the whole world. The whole planet was on fire. And I know that, the people that I loved, that really loved me, they was on that ship with me. But it was most of the rest of the world was on fire. So it's only a handful of people. There was only a handful of people in that house with me. That house that I built, being the cornerstone that everyone else rejected. I took my own cornerstone and I built my own house. It's called the House of Healing, by the way. For those of you who didn't know, I own the House of Healing. I'm the CEO. I'm the owner. I'm the HBIC. I just felt the need to make that clear because I feel like there are a lot of fear-based religious people who come to my site and they see my spirituality. Looking through their fear-colored lenses at my light. And they feel the need to, go speak to people about me and ask me, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here minding my own business. No one has ever seen Oshun Ajay pop up in nobody's inbox, on anyone's website, chat, or anything else offering to read tarot for them or be their spiritual counselor. None of that. I'm not out here trying to sell or promote myself in any way. And yet I got people coming to me constantly. I help the people that come to me for help. I don't go solicit myself to anyone. And yet people that I don't even know and ain't offered you anything, you know what I'm saying, feel like they should have a say-so in the way that I do my work, in the way that I run my business, in the way that I operate in my God-given gifts that were given to me so that I wouldn't have to let nobody else be telling me what to do. That's what you're not going to do. Chosen people, God gave you your gifts so that you would not have to work for other people to survive. Use them. If you use your gifts to help people, you will be very prosperous because that's the way it was set up. Your abundance flows from your heart center, as well do your passions. So when you live in your passion, you live in an energy of abundance. But in order to live in your passion, you have to stop giving a damn about what everyone else has to say about it. You have to stop being a people pleaser. You have to be comfortable with being unlike anyone else. You got to be comfortable with being the cornerstone that the builders rejected. You got to build your own house like I did. So can't nobody come and put you out of your house. Because had I not built my own house, I probably would be getting put out right about now. Because see, the pressure is on and the arrows are flying. But guess what? I can go in my house and I can close all the doors and ain't shit gonna penetrate it. My house was built on a foundation of love. So anybody that thinks that they can influence anyone around me to knock me off my throne in the house that I built has another thing coming. As for me in my house, we will serve the Most High in the way that the Most High has instructed me to do. And not the churchians, not the Hebrew Israelites, not no other fear-based religious, nobody. You go build your own house and you run it the way you want to run it. But you're going to back up off my porch. I built this out the mud from my own blood, sweat, tears. And ain't nobody taking it from me. Ain't nobody readjusting a damn thing. I didn't come here to please people. I came here to please the Most High. And that's going to piss a lot of people off. And that's why he chose me, because he knows I don't mind. So for the fear-based religious people who have a problem with, the fact that, I don't want to buy herbs from a person that sells tarot. Let me make it very clear to you that the person who owns House of Healing LLC is a tarot card reader, is a spiritualist, is a certified Reiki master, and is the boss around here. And I'm comfortable with you not doing business with me, because just like you don't want to do business with me, I don't want to do business with you. See, my herbs don't heal the sickness that a lot of people have, because your sickness is in your mind and it's in your spirit, and you don't recognize spirituality. So the herbs ain't going to work on you anyway. I have never begged, chased, or solicited for anything that I needed. I was born an empress, and I'm always going to have what I need. So I'm not one of those people that you can say, well, the customer is always right. Not in my house, they're not. The customer is very welcomed to go elsewhere. So chosen ones, understand that you're not for everyone. You're built different and for a very specific purpose. Don't ever let anyone throw you off of your purpose. I don't care how nicely and sweetly they sugarcoating the shit. Make sure you look at what's in the center. Because Judas and Peter, they broke bread with Jesus at the Last Supper. His homeboys. I would never. You know what I'm saying? I would die with you if they came to keep. But when the people came, they was like, you know what? We about to kill him. We got him. We about to kill him. I think I saw you with him earlier. Was that you? No, I don't know him. I don't know what you're talking about. The same Peter that swore that I will die with you. I love you. You're so amazing. So amazing. Okay. So don't believe the hype and believe what your heart is telling you. Believe what your intuition is telling you. Because we're too deep into this warfare to be playing games. Okay. And to not be recognizing the Judas and the Peter that's sitting at your table breaking bread with you, but gently trying to dissociate themselves because they can't deal with the pressure. Chosen ones are always under attack. So anyone associating themselves with Oshun, Ajay, you're going to be feeling some of that. So if you cannot handle that, if you ain't about that life, don't halfway dissociate. Dissociate 100%. I believe in cutting cords around here. Chosen ones learn the art of letting go. Very valuable lesson that I learned from Buddha. Okay. And I just threw that out there just to mess with you churchians who think there's only one stairway to heaven. When in my Father's house, there are many mansions with many stairways. And as I said before, back up off of mine. When God has gifted you with a stone that is strong enough to support a foundation for you to build a house like I built mine, then you can run shit. I own this house. And this is how I run shit. So if you don't like how I run shit, don't visit my house. Problem solved. Let me tell y'all why some witches turn evil. Because I have known witches all my life, and I've known them personally, and they have been the sweetest, most helpful, most healing spirits and people that I've ever been around. They ain't hurting nobody. They be minding their own business. They don't want to deal with humans because they know that they know your hearts are fucking deceitful and evil and ugly. They don't want to deal with y'all. So they deal with nature, and they deal with the earth, and they deal with animals, and they help people when people will accept the help. They just be minding their own business. But these self-righteous, fear-based, evil ass, religious, godless ass people always want to come for them and feel like they righteous in trying to attack somebody that's minding their own fucking business. And then when that anointed creature pulls out what they need to pull out to take care of that, then they want to call you evil because you didn't sit there and allow them to destroy you. Because God gave you armor and gave you a sword, so you don't have to sit there and allow them to destroy you. See, that happened one time. It's not going to happen again. Narcissistic, demonic, godless people love doing shit like taking candies from a baby and slaughtering a lamb. They enjoy it because they fucking evil. Well, God ain't coming back as no lamb this time. So run up if you want to. Run up on this legion of lions, because we about tired of it. We ready. We ready. Some of us was born for this war. So for those of you who was born for this war and people are coming for you, understand that it is time to exact punishment on the wicked. I said what I said. Protect and defend your energy by all means necessary. When I saw these demons surrounding the house that we was in, God told us to go out there and take their fucking heads off. And don't you have no fear in your heart as you do it. They only look like people. Those are not my people. Those are the tares that was planted next to God's good people that were allowed to grow alongside of you until the time of the harvest. Well, the harvest is here. So when you spot your Judas and your Peter at your table, understand that they are the tares and the harvest is here. The Most High told the gardeners to separate the tares from the wheat at the time of the harvest and bundle those up, because I'm going to set those ablaze. They are going to burn like the people in my dream. And you put my wheat, my good people, you put them in the barn, you set them apart. I'm taking them with me. You have already suffered the pain that's going to come with having to let these people go. You've already had a pain like this, so let it pass through you. Don't hold on to it. There is nothing that you're getting ready to experience that you haven't already experienced before. This is your final exam. You are prepared. If you ignore your intuition at this time, it will lead to your demise. From this point forward, your intuition, your internal guide, is going to be your only guide. Because everybody out here lying, false witnessing, false fake love, fake teachers, fake gurus, fake every damn thing, fake food, fake everything. The only way that you're going to know the truth is by the way that it feels. Pay attention to the way that it feels, no matter what it is. When you eat something, pay attention to the way that it makes you feel. When you watch something, how does it make you feel? When you speak to certain people, how do they make you feel? That's how you know what the truth is. They told you this was a prime grade A T-bone steak, and you paid $35 for it, plus, whatever else you bought. And you ate it, And your stomach said, no, that wasn't no prime anything. Your stomach said that was scraps off the slaughter room floor that they put together with meat glue. That's what your stomach said. But the menu said, this is a prime cut Angus beef. The devil is a lie. And it's time to wake up. It's time to see through the illusions. It's time to rebuke them lies. It's time to rebuke that fake love and these fake ass friends and fake ass family. This Judas and this Peter that's sitting at the table and breaking bread for you, but that's going to sit there and watch them take you out. They're going to be trying to make sure that they don't get hurt. If they not for you, they are against you. Ain't no in between. This is war. You can believe their words. The words are hardly ever true. Because most people, the human condition is one of cognitive dissonance. Meaning that people's mouths are not speaking the truth that's in their hearts. Out of the mouths of God's people flow the abundance of the heart, because we are truth speakers. Truth speakers are few and far between, and you are the target in this war. Everybody else is lying. If you are a human truth detector, you know they lying. You know that they sitting up there making up shit as they go along. You know that if I ask this person a question that they don't have the answer to, they're going to make up something because their ego can't admit that they don't know the answer. So stop believing words and look at people's actions. Because 99.9% of the time, the words don't match up with the actions. And the words don't matter. The actions do. So unfortunately, in this reality, the truth is something that you got to sink beneath the surface of things to actually see. Because this whole world is an illusion. The whole world is a stage. Everyone is playing a role. Learn to know truth by the way it feels. When they said whatever they said to you, how did that make you feel? Because if a person's words are not edifying to you at this point on your path, they don't need to be talking to you. If their words are not uplifting to your spirit, why are you listening? These people are possessed and they know not what they do. They're not even aware of the spirit that is driving them. See, all of these names in the Bible, Judas, Jesus, Peter, whatever. These are just spirits that people embody. You got a Judas at your table right now. You got a Peter walking with you right now, calling you babe, boo, bro, whatever terms of endearment that the devil's people use to make you think that you love them or they love you. Same game, different players. So I just wanted to stop by and, prepare you guys for what's coming. You guys know that, when I experience something, it's like it's in real time for me, but I know it's a little bit ahead of time when it's really going to happen. And so I hope that you guys are really armoring up and preparing yourselves emotionally and mentally. That you're not caught off guard or, caught slipping or sleeping. At this point, you cannot go back to sleep. Once you have awakened on this level, there's no need for sleep. See, the body goes to sleep so that it can realign with the spirit, the truth of who the person really is. The body is just a vessel, just a vehicle for the spirit. That's why you go to sleep when you're in the physical, because the body needs to rest. The spirit is always awake. So if a lot of you have been wondering why it seems that I never sleep, because you don't need to sleep anymore. You are awake. Now your job is to start awakening the others. There are people sleeping on both sides. Now I know awakening is unsettling because it's like Neo in the Matrix. He couldn't even use his legs, or something. He was like a baby, when he first was unplugged from the Matrix. Eyes blurry because he had never used them before. Muscles had to be developed. He had to relearn everything. So it's unsettling to wake up and realize that everybody else is still asleep, and what the hell is going on here? You are the way showers. You are the ones who lit the path. You are the ones who woke up first. And now you have to awaken the others in whatever way that you have been instructed from within to do so. And if you haven't received your instructions yet, then that's what you should be listening for. It's not going to come from me. It's going to come from your own indwelling spirit. So I hope that the messages reach the ears that that need to hear them. Some of these people don't want to be woke. They want to stay asleep. You are absolutely correct, Angela. Morpheus told Neo that there was going to be people that did not want to be unplugged from the Matrix, and that they normally don't unplug a person after a certain age because their mind can't handle it. So you're absolutely correct. There are those who fight their own evolution because they're so stuck in hypnotic rhythm. These are people who can't see the new thing that God is doing. They keep recreating their past, chasing their own tail, and thinking that it's normal for history to repeat itself. These people are lost in the matrix, like the little man on the motorcycle that I saw burning and going around in circles and going insane. Repetition is hell. And it's also insanity. So, if you wish to ascend to a higher level of experience and to stop chasing your own tail, release with love the people that you know, that you can see ahead of time, are not built for the rest of this journey. There doesn't have to be any resentment because, it's not their fault. This is as far as they could go with you. They know not what they do. So, before they have the opportunity to betray your indwelling spirit any further, release these people with love. That's my advice. Now, I know that a lot of you are not going to do that. And I know that you're going to regret it. But I had to deliver the message. The message has been delivered. And so it is, and it is done. I'll talk to you guys next time.